You're not a man who likes to show his emotions.
Gotcha. Who is? Hello, welcome to Game On, where there might be riots outside on the streets, but fear not, we are here as normal to deliver your important gaming news.
Coming up this week.
Riots affect the gaming world and now we're angry. We're really angry.
I hit the nightclubs of London.
For the Call of Duty Championships.
Don't demean it.
Shake it, baby.
Duke Nukem may not have class, but he sure has dollar.
And Heavy Rain gets a child-friendly makeover.
He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies.
First up, we will witness the general horrific rioting madness on the news over the past week.
Masked hoodlums smashing anything and everything up and down the country for no apparent reason.
And among those things they were smashing and burning, something very dear to our hearts, Sony's North London warehouse.
You know, you get emotionally attached far too easily.
Yeah, you'll forgive me for crying when I tell you that setting this warehouse on fire is likely to cause delays to deliveries of things like DVDs and maybe games.
You cried?
I didn't say I cried.
I think you did.
I didn't say I didn't cry.
Do you want a tissue? Well, a Sony computer entertainment person has said, as far as I know, we are not affected, implying that gamers can rest easy, so maybe you're getting concerned over nothing.
Aha, I thought you might say this. There are conflicting reports, it would seem. The BBC had this eyewitness who described the scene in Enfield.
We heard a smash on the Sony Centre. Went around to have a look, obviously to investigate, and I saw the door smashed in, and about a group of 20 lads just came out with loads of Sony stuff like Wii consoles.
The Sony Wii, was he even there?
I can see, Dan, how you might question the credibility of his report after a statement like that, but maybe he was onto something.
What?
Exclusive.
The Sony Wii?
The Sony Wii, yeah.
Unfortunately not, because Nintendo already made that when they made the Nintendo Wii, called the Nintendo Wii. They released it, the Nintendo Wii.
Maybe Sony have stolen the name. Exclusive. OK, let's cut the guy some slack. He probably had better things to worry about as he witnessed a raging fire than some potentially melting and or stolen games consoles.
More important than games consoles? Doubt it.
Right, next up, we were having a debate the other day about sports that aren't really sports but are called sports, you know, like darts.
Or snooker.
Or going to the pub.
Yeah, well, something that we failed to mention was gaming. So I went off to a nightclub, not to have a boogie, but to go and watch the Call of Duty UK Championships.
Boogie.
It's been a typical English summer so far, too much rain if you ask me, so while we wait for the weather to make its mind up, what better thing to do on a Sunday afternoon than sit in a nightclub and play Call of Duty? Black Ops has sold over 25 million copies worldwide, becoming the best-selling game in the US, the UK, and damn it, the world. So it's not surprising that Activision decided to hold the first officially sanctioned tournament in London to get the best of the best in one room and let them fight it out to see who would be crowned the national champions and, more importantly, who would represent the UK at COD XP in Los Angeles later this year. A total of 32 teams of 4 competed for the biggest bragging rights in the world of first-person shooters, which got us thinking, just how hardcore are these gamers?
Hours? Probably 48 hours straight.
About 16, 17 hours, back and forth 4 days.
Probably about 48 hours.
Say about 10, 11 hours in that. Well, that's with breaks.
Easily over 24 hours straight.
Probably 6 hours.
I'd say 6 hours.
hours upon hours. I'd say like about, I think I've done 24 hours before.
Oh, I'd say about 5 hours.
Missed Christmas Day.
Nearly broken up with my girlfriend a few times over it.
I missed a couple of uni deadlines.
I missed loads of days.
Almost my GCSE exam, my business exam.
A lot of shifts to work. Good few of them. And I actually apologise to my nephew for this, but my nephew was born on the same day that Black Ops came out. And I remember we had like a 24-hour, like we were sitting there and I was like, right guys, I'm going to bed. And my sister rang me and was like, congratulations, you're an uncle. And I was like, God, I have to go to the hospital now. And I was shattered and I missed him being born, but I got there to see him.
But it's not all about sitting in a dark room for hours on end shooting anonymous gamers online. Craig Fletcher, top dog at Multiplay, who organised the smooth running of the competition, says competitive gaming suffers some unfair criticism.
Unfortunately, you're always going to get this. You're going to get people who just like to look out for the negative. And what we have to say to them is, well, just look at the overwhelming majority of people. Like 99.999% of people who play video games find it as a positive social experience, build strong relationships across borders, cross race, cross religion. I mean, you don't only have to look at any of our events that we do. We have lower incidences of any sort of violence than any other event comparable. It's just, you'll have people of black, white, Asian, male, female, 13, 15, 20, 60, whatever, all sat in the same team playing the same game, having a great time.
At the end of the day, though, these teams were here to compete. Making friends along the way was a happy byproduct of war. Well, a virtual reality war at least. The final saw Team Apex take on Team Nemico. You could cut the tension with a craftily placed claymore, and the sheer concentration made you realise how much this title meant to these gamers, or how much they wanted a free trip to LA. In the end, Apex emerged victorious. Now they're the Call of Duty kings of the UK. Next stop, the world.
He's thrown everything in to win this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, your finalists and winners of the Call of Duty UK Championships here in London.
Next up, Heavy Rain, the multiple BAFTA-winning game of the year 2010. Do you remember 2010, Dan?
Vaguely.
It feels like last year. Is getting a makeover.
Or rather a dumbing down, to get itself a lower rating than the PEGI 18 it originally had in Europe.
Yeah, the extreme violence, violence towards defenceless people, sexual violence and strong language, all the good bits basically, is being toned down a notch or two.
And we can exclusively reveal this new trailer for the Heavy Rain child-friendly edition.
You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your in front of the camera.
Good evening. My name's I'm investigating.
I'd like a banana milkshake.
He is haunted by visions of A few weeks ago, after one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor.
Isn't it pretty?
Everything I did for
Unfortunately, this new edition, dubbed Heavy Rain Edition Modifiée, or Pluie Lourde Edition Modifiée, is only being released in France.
And rather than making a game fun for all the family, toddlers included, the age rating is only being cut to a 16.
Which means those French teenagers are still in line for some realistic-looking violence, nudity of a sexual nature, and strong language.
I kind of wish I was a French teenager now.
T'as déjà l'air.
Ooh! J'aime le française.
That was weird. That was weird in every way.
Everything I did for love.
Now, Duke Nukem Forever, love it or loathe it? Probably loathe it. Let's be honest.
Yep.
The game seems to have had the last laugh, though, after publisher Take-Two's CEO Strauss Zelnick, beat that as a name, said despite failing to impress, it still made a profit.
Now, we know what you're thinking. People will buy anything these days.
We had to wait for more than 14 years for The Return of the King.
Well, longer, actually. J.R.R. Tolkien published the book in 1954, and Peter Jackson got round to doing the film in 2003.
Yeah, nice try, but wrong king, genius.
Oh yeah.
After such a long wait, we're now getting more Duke than we can handle, frankly.
The DLC pack has already been announced, and Take-Two have also confirmed you will be seeing future Duke games coming from them.
Which seems a little bit surprising to us, especially as people, on the whole, were so disappointed with DNF.
Yeah, maybe it should be a case of quit while you're ahead.
Hell, I'd still hit it. Hail to the king, baby.
That's all from us for this week. Of course, we're now going to tell you to like us on Facebook because some of you just don't listen.
Yeah, facebook.com//
Game on TV.
For all your gaming funsies.
Yeah, that's what you can find.
Definitely. We're also on Twitter, so go check us out. You might even get a cheeky retweet.
Now, we're off to salvage what we can from the rubble of the Sony warehouse.
Maybe we'll find a super rare Sony Wii.
They're not that rare, Dan, if the exclusive is to be believed. More gaming, good times next week. Shall we?
Let's.
Hello, welcome to Game On. We're outside, there's rioting on the streets.
The crowd is on the pitch, as you said earlier.
They think it's all over. It isn't, because we're here. Hello, welcome to Game On. We're outside, the rioters rage on.
I thought you were going to say there's thingy in the streets.
There's riot. Yeah,
Oh, threw me.
But fear not, we've battened down the hatches to bring you the important gaming news.
Yes.
Important gaming news. The rioters rage on.
There's carnage.
Anarchy.
Anarchy. Just look what it's done to me. I can't even talk.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Game On, where there may be riots outside, but fear not, we shall prevail. I go down the nightclub.
Go down the nightclub.
I hit the nightclubs.
Showing your age.
And
now.
I'll say, you said class. We've all witnessed the general horrific madness of rioting on the news over the past week. That was weird, wasn't it, what I said? It should be called, like, pluie lourde, shouldn't it? That's like heavy rain in French.
Of course.
La pluie lourde. T'as déjà l'air, mec.
Ooh, j'aime le français.
That was the weirdest ooh I've ever heard.
Maybe we'll find a super rare...
Oh no, we have to do that all again.
I was going to say Nintendo. Nintendo Sony Wii. Ooh, maybe we'll find one of those super rare Sony Wiis.
Ooh, maybe. More gaming good times next week. Enough with the oohs.